بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. أما بعد، يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء، واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم، ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد، فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله، وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وشر الأمور محدثاتها، وكل محدثة بدعة، وكل بدعة ضلالة، وكل ضلالة في النار. ثم أما بعد، يا عباد الله، قال فضيلة الشيخ عبدس سلام برجس رحمه الله تعالى: إن إفشاء السلام بين المسلمين أمر استحبه الشارع وداعى إليه ورغب فيه كثيرا. Sheikh Abdis Salaam Burgess rahimahullah ta'ala, he said that verily spreading the salam amongst the Muslims, that the Muslims spreading salams amongst themselves and saying to each other assalamu alaikum, and returning those salam or returning the salam by saying wa alaikum assalam to the end of it, then this is an affair that the legislator he has encouraged inside of the Sharia, and he has recommended inside of the Sharia and encouraged it much. فهو عليه الصلاة والسلام, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned or he commanded amra بإفشاء السلام, he commanded us to spread the salam. وجعل إفشاء السلام طريقا إلى الجنة, and he made the spreading of the salam a road to the Jannah, a road to get us to the Jannah. There are many fawaid, there are many benefits that are linked to spreading the salam to our Muslim brothers, and for the sisters to spread the salam amongst themselves, and so on and so forth. From the top of these benefits is that it is a road to the Jannah. It is a way to go to the Jannah. يقول عبد الله بن سلام رضي الله تعالى عنه: سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول: أيها الناس أفشوا السلام وأطعموا الطعام ووصلوا الأرحام وصلوا والناس نيام. وفي الرواية عند ابن ماجه: وصلوا بالليل والناس نيام تدخل الجنة بالسلام. The Prophet ﷺ, he said, as it comes in a hadith of Abdullah bin Salam radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he said, I heard the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam saying: O people, ayyuhan nas, O people, afshu salam, spread the salam, say the salam, greet each other with the salam, depart from one another by saying salam. وَأَطْعِمُوا الطَّعَامِ, and feed the people. وَصَلُّوا وَوَصِّلُوا الْأَرْحَامِ, and keep good family ties and keep the ties of kinship. وَصَلُّوا وَالنَّاسُ نِيَامٌ, and pray and the people are sleeping. And it comes aside of another narration that can be found in Ibn Majah, or another wording that could be found in Ibn Majah. وَصَلُّوا بِاللَّيْلِ وَالنَّاسُ نِيَامٌ, and pray at night time when the people are sleeping. If you were to do these things, if we were to do these things, what is the result in which the Prophet ﷺ mentioned? He said, تَدْخُلُ الْجَنَّةِ بِالسَّلَامِ, that you will enter into Jannah with salam. You will enter into Jannah in peace. Hadith Hasan Sahih, Rawahu at-Tirmidhi. So spreading the salam, ya ibad, many benefits. From them, as we mentioned, that it is a means by way of which the abdi will enter into the Jannah. Also, when the Ifsha salam, the spreading of the salam, ihya sunnat Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that it is the reviving of the sunnah of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, wamtithalu amr, and it is the implementation of his command, the implementation of the command of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is another benefit that we gain by spreading the salam, is that it is a reviving of the sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and a fulfillment of his command, as he commanded us to spread the salam. وَمِنْهَا, also from the benefits of spreading the salam, إِنَّ إِفْشَاءَ السَّلَامِ عَلَامَةُ قُوَّةِ إِيمَانِ, that spreading the salam, it is a sign of the strength of a person's iman. It is the sign of the strength of the iman of an individual. يقول Bukhaari, Imam al-Bukhari rahimahullah ta'ala, he mentions, باب إفشاء السلام من الإسلام, chapter that the spreading of the salam, it is from Islam. عن عمار بن ياسر رضي الله تعالى عنه قال ثلاث من جمعهن فقد جمع الإيمان. He said, on the authority of Ammar bin Yasir radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, who said that there are three characteristics that if a person joins all of them together, then he would have joined all of the iman. If he brings them, then he would have brought all of the iman. Al-insaf min nafsik, justice and fairness that emanates from yourself, or justice and fairness from yourself. وَبَذْلُ السَّلَامِ لِلْعَالَمِ, and to give salam to the human beings and the like. وَالْإِنفَاقِ مِنَ الْإِقْتَارِ, and the spending of, or the spending from al-iqtar. Al-iqtar, the ulama, they explain, أن ينفق الإنسان مما أعطاه الله ولو كان فقيرا أو بخيلا. من الإقتار, what this means is that an individual, he spends from that which Allah Ta'ala has given him, even though he may be poor, or even though he may be stingy. Even though he may be poor, or even though he may be stingy. You will find that these characteristics, they emanate from an individual having iman. As we look at the last one, for example, the one who spends fi sabilillah and he is poor. The one who spends fi sabilillah and he himself is stingy. He's miserly. He really doesn't want to spend. What will motivate him and cause him to spend will be his faith in Allah Azza wa Jal. The one who is poor, he really doesn't have much and as a means of spending, but he spends anyway. He gives fi sabilillah. What will be that motivating factor that causes a poor individual to take from the little that he has and spend in Allah Ta'ala's way? But it will be his iman. It will be the strength of his faith. So this is an illustration from this standpoint. Also, al-insaf min nafsik, fairness and justice that comes from yourself. The ulama, they explain what this means is that an individual, he is fair and he is just, meaning that he treats everyone in a manner that he wants to be treated. He deals with everyone in a manner that he himself would want to be dealt with. He deals with them fairly. He doesn't speak to them in manners that he himself wouldn't want to be spoken about. When it comes to issues, he will treat them as he himself would want to be treated, given if he was in that same situation. So you won't find the like to this individual oppressing someone because he wouldn't like to be oppressed. You won't find this individual lying about someone because he wouldn't want to be lied about. You won't find this individual spreading rumors about someone because he wouldn't want anyone spreading rumors about him. So on and so forth. He treats the people as he himself wants to be treated. He gives to them their rights as he wants his rights. Also, what enters into this, al-insaf, is first and foremost that he gives unto Allah Azza wa Jal his rights. So he gives unto Allah his rights, and he is just in giving the right to Allah Ta'ala. So all of the ibadah belongs to Allah. So he worships Allah and Allah alone. He believes in Allah correctly, so on and so forth. Also, what enters into being just and being fair is that an individual, he is just and he is fair with himself. That he treats himself and deals with himself in a fair manner. So he's not an individual who will set himself up for loss. He's not an individual who will make it difficult upon himself to fulfill the obligations of which Allah Ta'ala has placed upon him. So he's an individual who he establishes fairness, and he establishes the rights of Allah Azza wa Jal. He establishes the rights of the creation, and he establishes those rights that are upon himself. What will be the motivating factor for an individual to act in this manner? It will be the strength of his faith. Likewise, the spreading of the salam. The spreading of the salam. Imam Ibn Qayyim, rahimahullah ta'ala, he mentioned some very beautiful points as relates to the spreading of the salam, and how this emanates from a person's faith. It emanates from the strength of his faith. Imam Ibn Qayyim, rahimahullah ta'ala, he says, Badu salam al-alam, giving the salam to the human beings, spreading the salams, yatadammanu tawadu'u, then this will encompass his humility. That an individual, he is humble. وَأَنَّهُ لَا يَتَكَبَّرُ عَلَى أَحَدٍ, and that he does not become arrogant over no one. He doesn't look down upon anyone. بَلْ يَبْذُلُ السَّلَامُ الصَّغِيرُ وَالْكَبِيرُ, but he gives a salam to the small one, to the old one, so on and so forth. As the Imam, he brings some examples. He mentions and he says, rahimahullah ta'ala, وَمَنْ يَعْرِفُهُ وَمَنْ لَا يَعْرِفُهُ, and the one who he knows and the one who doesn't know. He gives salam to the person he knows and to the person he does not know. He gives salam to the Muslim that he knows and to the Muslim that he doesn't know. وَالْمُتَكَبِّرُ ضِدُّ هَذَا, and the one who is arrogant, he's the opposite of this. The one who is arrogant, you don't find him spreading the salams like that. So you find that the spreading of the salam, then this is from the strength of an individual's faith. It is from the strength of the faith of an individual. وَالْإِفْشَاءُ السَّلَامِ, and the spreading of the salam, أيضا, also from its benefits, أَنَّهُ إِرْغَامُ لِأَنْفِ الْيَهُودِ, it is that which it vexes the Jews. It vexes them, makes them mad. وَإِظْهَارُ الصُّخْطِ قُلُوبِ, and it reveals the hatred that they have in their hearts. يقول عليه الصلاة والسلام, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, ما حسدتكم اليهود على شيء ما حسدتكم على السلام والتأمين. The Prophet ﷺ, he said that the Jews, they were never more jealous of you, never more envious of you, على شيء, upon anything, ما حسدتكم, the way that they are jealous for you, or the way they have envy for you, على السلام والتأمين, like the way they have envy for you due to the salam, spreading the salam, assalamu alaikum, and due to what? And due to the ta'meem, due to the ameen in the salah. The Yahud, they are envious that this has been legislated for the Muslims. They are envious of this fact. And it's also what is from the benefits of spreading the salam. Spreading the salam, ya ibad, It is something that is of tremendous importance, of which many people, they underestimate its value. But it's from the rights that we have upon one another. وإفشاء السلام, and spreading the salam. وإفشاء السلام أيضا أداء للحق الذي فرضه الله سبحانه وتعالى على المسلم للمسلم. This is the right in which Allah Ta'ala, He has made wajib, He has made obligatory upon the Muslim to give to another Muslim. يقول عليه الصلاة والسلام, as the Prophet ﷺ, he said, حق المسلم على مسلم ست, that the right of the Muslim upon the Muslim is 6. From them, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, وَإِذَا لَقِيَهُ فَسَلِّمْ عَلَيْهِ, and when he meets him, then he gives him salam. And when he meets him, then he gives him salam. Ya ibad, let us be mindful of giving the rights to those whom the rights are due. Let us be mindful to spread the salam to those who we know, to those who we don't know, to spread the salam to the young, to the old, to spread the salam to those who are deemed as being noble and those who are deemed as being the opposite of that. Let us spread the salam to the Muslims. Let us spread the salam amongst ourselves, because there are many benefits in spreading the salam. هذا أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم ولجميع المسلمين فاستغفروا فإنه هو الغفور الرحيم. بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وبعد. يا عباد الله, know without any doubt that there are many benefits contained in every command that we have been given if we were to do it, and there are many benefits in every prohibition if we are to stay away from it. From the benefits of spreading the salam, as the Shaykh rahimahullah ta'ala, he mentions, وَفِي إِفْشَاءِ السَّلَامِ, and inside of spreading the salam, تَحْصِيلُ الصَّدَقَةِ, then a person, he will be able to give sadaqah. When he gives the salam, then the individual, it's written for him sadaqah. As it comes in the statement of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, على كل سلامة من ابن آدم صدقة. It is upon every joint of the son of Adam to make sadaqah. And the Prophet ﷺ, he mentioned in this hadith, وَتَسْلِيمُكَ عَلى النَّاسِ صَدَقَةً, and you're giving salam to the people, you're saying to the people, Assalamu alaikum, then it's a sadaqah, you get written for you a sadaqah. Also, from the benefits of spreading the salam, that many of us, we may not look at the repercussions and the effects of spreading the salam, إرضاء الله تعالى وإكمال الإيمان ودخول الجنة وفش المحبة بين المسلمين. It is the seeking of the pleasure of Allah, or Allah's pleasure. Allah is pleased that we spread the salam. It is the completeness of faith, as we aforementioned. Entering into the Jannah was aforementioned. The spreading of the salam, it spreads love between the Muslims. This is how we love one another. It's by spreading the salam. يقول عليه الصلاة والسلام, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, لا تدخلوا الجنة حتى تؤمنوا ولا تؤمنوا حتى تحابوا أولا أدلكم على شيء إذا فعلتموه تحاببتم. The Prophet ﷺ, he said, you will not enter into Jannah until you believe, and you will not believe until you love one another. Should I not point you to something that if you were to do it, then you will love one another? أفشوا السلام بينكم, spread the salam amongst yourselves. So the Prophet ﷺ in this hadith, Rawahu Abu Dawood wa Sahahu al-Albani, he mentions, or he informs us that spreading of salam, it is a means of loving one another, spreading love amongst one another. وفي إفشاء السلام, and in giving the salam, أيضا نيل المرء الثواب المرتب عليه في قوله عليه الصلاة والسلام عندما جاء رجل فقال السلام عليكم، فقال صلى الله عليه وسلم 10. ثم جاء آخر فقال السلام عليكم ورحمة الله، فقال عليه الصلاة والسلام 20. فجاء آخر فقال السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته، فقال عليه الصلاة والسلام 30. رواه الترمذي وصححه الألباني. In spreading the salam, we get the reward in which is connected to the salam. As it has come in that hadith that has been collected by Tirmidhi and graded as authentic by Al-Albani, where a man came to the gathering of the Prophet ﷺ and he said, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. To which the Prophet ﷺ he said, 10. Another man came and he said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. To which the Prophet ﷺ he said, 20. Another man came and he said, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. To which the Prophet ﷺ he said, 30. So when we spread the salam, ya ibad, we get rewarded for it. Either 10, 20 or 30, depending upon the phrase in which we use when spreading the salam. So the individual, when they don't spread the salam, they lose out on much of this. أيها الأحبة, هذه بعض الفوائد. These are just some of the benefits in spreading the salam. So no doubt it is a must that the Muslim, he takes full advantage, and this is something that is important to him, because if not, then he will lose out on much benefit. He will lose out on much benefit. Ibadullah, in the بعض الناس, some of the people, and it's very important that we pay close attention to this. Some of the people, they restrict this only to the ones that they know. بعد الناس يخص السلام بما يعرف من الناس. They only give salam to the one who they know from the people. Only the Muslim they know, they say Assalamu alaikum to. That's it. وَهَذَا خَطَأ مَحْضٌ. And this is pure wrong. Purely wrong. نَهَى عَنْهُ الشَّارِعُ. The legislator, he has prohibited this. The Sharia has prohibited this. وَأَمْرَ أَن يَكُونَ السَّلَامُ عَامًّا لِجَمِيعِ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. And the salam is something that is general for all of the Muslims. مَنْ عَرَفْتَ وَمَنْ لَمْ تَعْرِفْ. Whoever you know and the one who you don't know him. You give salam to all of the Muslims who you know that they are Muslim, then you say to them, Assalamu alaikum. And restricting the salam, restricting saying the salam to only the ones you know, then this is from the signs of the hour. This is from the signs of the hour, that towards the end of time, the Muslims will only give salam to the one who they know. This is not correct. But give salam to everyone who you know is a Muslim. Whether you meet him on the road, or you meet him in the supermarket, or you run into him in the masjid, or wherever it may be, the workplace, and you see he's a Muslim and you greet, then you should greet him, Assalamu alaikum. And not the greeting of the kuffar. Not the greeting of the kuffar. It's not appropriate that you will say unto your brother when you greet him, hey, hello, how you doing, what's up, to the end of that. It's not appropriate. We as Muslims, we have our ways, and our ways is that when we meet each other, we say Assalamu alaikum, or we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, or we say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the way of the Muslim. Likewise, when we depart, this is what we say to one another. We don't say goodbye, see you later, to the end of that. But we say Assalamu alaikum to the end. Or Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Or Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is the way of the Muslim. It is important that we also return the salam, because returning the salam is wajib. If someone gives us salam, we have to return it. It is wajib. It's obligatory. Not like what some of the arrogant ones they do. Someone says to them, Assalamu alaikum, and they act like they don't see them. How many times you see that? You be inside of the supermarket, you see a Muslim, clear Muslim, and you say to them, Assalamu alaikum. They look at you like what you say that for? And they walk away like what they scared, they want you to know they Muslim. I don't know what it is. I don't know what motivates them, but they don't return the salam. وَعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. Let them be warned of this. Su'ila Imam Ahmed. They asked Imam Ahmed, نعم عن رجل مر بجماعة. It was a man, he walked by a group of people, فسلم عليهم, and he gave them a salam. This is from the sunnah. The person, the individual, he gives salam to a greater number. So he walked by them, he gave them salam. وَلَمْ يَرُدُّوا عَلَيْهِ السَّلَامِ, but they didn't return salam to him. Nobody said وَعَلَيْكُمُ السَّلَامِ to him. So they asked Imam Ahmed about this situation. What did Imam Ahmed rahimahullah ta'ala, what did he say? Imam Ahmed, he said, لا يعجل بالمسير لألا تلحقه اللعنة مع هؤلاء القوم. Imam Ahmed, he said, then let the one who was passing by hurry up. Let him hurry up and get out of there, so that the curse that's going to descend upon those people don't hit him too. Let him hurry up and get out of there, so that the curse that's on those people don't also affect him. Let him get out of there. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it wajib that if someone gives us salam, a Muslim, he gives us salam, we have to return the salam unto them. As Allah ta'ala, he says, وَإِذَا حُيِّيتُمْ بِتَحِيَّةٍ فَحَيُّوا بِأَحْسَنَ مِنْهَا أَوْ رُدُّوهَا. The Prophet ﷺ, he said, Allah Azza wa Jalla, he said what means, and if someone greets you, and when you are greeted with the greeting, then return it with that which is better. Respond with that which is better. Meaning, if someone says to you, Assalamu alaikum, then you one up him. You say, Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. If someone comes to you and they say, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, then you one up him. You say, Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and so on and so forth. Allah Ta'ala says, then return the greeting with that which is better, or return the same. So if he says to you, Assalamu alaikum, then the same will be, Wa alaikum assalam. If he says to you, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, then the same will be, Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. وقس على ذلك. عباد Allah, it is important that we know the rules and the regulations of giving the salam. The Shaykh, he mentions in brief, from the most important of them, أن الكبير يسلم عليه أن كثير يسلم عليه القليل. That if it's a great number of people, then the less number gives salam to the greatest number. So if it's 5 people, and then you got 4 walking by, then the 4, they should be the ones who initiate the salam. We're talking about the sunnah as relates to initiating the salam. That the smaller number should give salam and initiate the salam to the larger number. وَأَنَّ كَبِيرٌ يُسَلِّمُ عَلَيْهِ الصَّغِيرُ. And that the small ones, the young ones, they should give salam first to the older ones. They should be the ones who initiate the salam to the older ones. Now, but if it is reversed, no problem. If it is reversed, no problem. But this is just from of the adab of giving a salam. Also, it is important to know, فَإِنَّهُ يَجْزِيُ عَنِ الْجَمَاعَةِ إذا سلم عليهم شخص أن يردوا منهم واحد. Also, it's important to know that if a person gives salam to a group, if one person walking by and it's a group of us and they give salam to us, it is enough for just one person in the group to return his salam, and that will take care of the whole group. So not every individual now, person walks by, he says Salamu alaikum, and there's 50 people there, and now every 50 people say wa alaikum assalam, wa alaikum assalam, wa alaikum assalam, wa alaikum assalam. Just one person responds to him is enough. If a few people respond to him is enough. It's not necessarily that every single individual responds to him, but as long as someone in the group responded unto him, they will take care of the rest of the group. وَيَجْزِئُ مِنَ الْجَمَاعَ إِذَا مَرُّوا على آخرين أن يسلم منهم واحد. Likewise, if a group is walking by and then they pass by another group, then it is enough for just one person in the group to initiate the salam. So for the aforementioned example, if a group of 4 passes by a group of 5, then just one person from the group of 4 should say Salamu alaikum, and that takes care of initiating the salam from that group, and then only one person from the group of 5 has to respond, and the like. Naam. Also, it is a must that we know that the Prophet ﷺ, he used to always give salams to the little children. This is from the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, is that he would give salam to the little children. So don't come when you see little kids and you're thinking, well, you know, I'm the big guy, I'm old like this. Huh? So you don't got to get it. They put salam first. No, it is good, and from the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, to give salam to the little children, to give salam to the toddlers, give salam to the young ones, to give them salam. Say to them, assalamu alaikum. Many benefit in doing that. From the benefit is that what? Is that the child is being reared. The child is being reared on how the Muslims greet one another. The child is being reared on what to say when the Muslims encounter one another. The child is being reared on how to respond when a Muslim greets you, and so on and so forth. Because how unfortunate, people sleep upon this. Wallahi, they sleep upon this. There was an individual who he was the children of immigrants. Now, he was the children of the immigrants, or he was the children of the children of immigrants. It was such a sad occasion where it was said unto him, Assalamu alaikum. Clear Muslim name, everything Muslim. And it was said unto him, Assalamu alaikum. But the education, the rearing and the upbringing in his family was so poor, was so decrepit, that he said, I apologize, I want to respond to you, but I don't know the words on what I should say. I don't know what I should say. And when it was said unto him, you should say, wa alaikum salam, he said, yes, this sounds familiar. Wa iyadu billah. This is to the extent and how bad things can get, and even worse than that. وَعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. Ya ibadallah. It is incumbent and it is a must that we hold on to our Islamic values, that we hold on to the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And that is not just in speech. That is not saying, oh, we're Sunni Muslims, and then that's it. But that we are upon the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ in every aspect, which way, shape, and form in our life, that we try to implement the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ in that particular affair. So when it comes to anything that we do, we have to say, what is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ as relates to this, so I can do it? What is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ as relates to this thing I'm about to go into, so I can do that? What is the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ as relates to this belief, so I can have that belief, the proper belief, and so on and so forth? It is a must that in every aspect of our life, that we adorn ourselves with the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. This is the only way that we're going to be successful. We have to. If we claim we love the Prophet ﷺ, then what? Then we have to follow, because the expression, the true expression of love, it is in following. So let us follow the sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and giving salam and spreading the salam and so on and so forth. Let us contemplate and take lesson and take note to the benefits that are contained inside of salam. And we should note that this is from the benefits. This is from the benefits. We're not saying it's all of the benefits, but this is from the benefits of spreading the salam. And we ask that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us of those who hear a statement and then they follow the best of it. وَأَنْ يَجْعَلْنَا مُبَارَكًا حَيْثُ مَا كُنَّا وَأَنْ يَجْعَلْنَا مِمَّنْ إِذَا أُعْتِيَ شَكَرْ وَإِذَا بُتُولِيَ صَبَرْ وَإِذَا أَذْنَبَ اسْتَغْفَرَ فَإِنَّ هَؤُلَاءِ ثَلَاثَ عُنْوَانُ السَّعَادَةِ هَذَا يَا عِبَادِ فَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ.